Good day, here are today's top stories from the PNA headlines. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. joins the Filipino people in remembering the heroes of the World War II as the country commemorates the 83rd Araw ng Kagitingan or Day of Valor on Wednesday. The President led a wreath-laying ceremony at the Dambana ng Kagitingan in Mount Samat National Shrine in Pilar, Bataan. He also visited the newly reopened Mount Samat National Shrine Underground Museum. The site, which honors the legacy of the heroes of the Fall of Bataan in 1942, was initially inaugurated by his father, former President Ferdinand Edralin Marcos. In his message, President Marcos paid tribute to the forces who fought valiantly during World War II. He called on Filipinos to honor these heroes by embracing compassion, kindness, and selflessness. Marcos said a commemoration of the Day of Valor is not only about remembering strength and bravery, but also displaying small acts of compassion to create lasting change. He urged Filipinos to follow the example of past heroes by acts of genuine service and self-offering to others. This year's Day of Valor is celebrated with the theme Kabayanihan ng Veterano, Sandigan ng Kaunlaran ng Bagong Pilipinas. In line with this year's celebration, the Department of National Defense and the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office are observing the Philippine Veterans Week from April 5 to 11 to honor war veterans and foster a sense of unity and resilience among Filipinos. Malacanang assures continued support for residents affected by the eruption of Mount Canlaon in Negros Island through the Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD. Presidential Communications Office Undersecretary Claire Castro said that following the directive of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., residents are receiving various services in coordination with local government units and DSWD field offices in Western and Central Visayas. Castro said Malacanang will evaluate requests of LGUs for added funding to support affected residents. Meanwhile, she reminded residents to stay away from Mount Canlaon's 6-kilometer radius permanent danger zone as the alert level remains at level 3. Earlier, the DSWD said at least 250,000 family food packs were prepositioned in Western and Central Visayas. DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian also said at least 2.5 million family food packs may also be tapped from areas around Negros Occidental, along with over 865 million pesos worth of non-food relief aid such as kitchen and hygiene kits. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology urged residents living near Mount Canlaon to evacuate and stay away from its permanent danger zone. Alert level 3 remains over Canlaon volcano as PHIVOLCS warn of continued threats, including explosions, pyroclastic density currents, ashfall, lava faunating, and lahar. PHIVOLCS said in the last 24 hours, Canlaon recorded one explosive eruption lasting 56 minutes, 15 volcanic quakes, including an 18-minute volcanic tremor due to magmatic movement, and 21 minutes of ash emission. A dense plume rose 4,000 meters above the crater, while ash drifted southwest and south-southwest. PHIVOLCS also reported 5,011 tons per day of sulfur dioxide emissions and swelling of the volcano caused by magma intrusion. Meanwhile, the Department of Health warns residents to beware of the adverse effects of ash from Canlaon on their health. The DOH said volcanic ash contains fine particles that can enter and irritate the lungs. Residents in barangays affected by ashfall are advised to wear N95 face masks, safety goggles, and long sleeves and pants to protect their skin. The DOH said its emergency teams are ready to assist those seeking immediate medical attention. In other news, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency reported it has confiscated over 59 million pesos worth of illegal drugs from March 28 to April 4. In a statement, PDEA said it carried out 45 operations where personnel arrested 53 individuals and seized 3.6 kilograms of shabu, 5.7 kilograms of dried marijuana leaves, and 11.3 grams of kush or high-grade marijuana, as well as 136,000 pieces of marijuana plant. PDEA attributed the haul of marijuana plants to the successful eradication of identified cultivation areas. On the other hand, the presence of Kush indicated the infiltration of synthetic and premium-grade narcotics in the local drug scene. It said its performance metrics reflect a sustained and aggressive posture against illegal drugs in line with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s bloodless anti-drug drive. Meanwhile, the PDEA committed to intensify its intelligence-driven operations while monitoring the growing trend of trading synthetic and premium drugs. It will also strengthen collaboration with local enforcers and community stakeholders, especially in areas with large-scale drug cultivation. In our business news, Department of Trade and Industry Secretary Maria Cristina Roque is encouraging Malaysia's Halal Authority, the Jabatan Kemajuan Islam Malaysia or JAKIM, to set up a world-class halal certifying authority in the Philippines to enhance the local halal industry this year. Roque said that this initiative aims to increase the country's share in the global halal market, which is projected to reach $7.7 trillion this year. She also stressed that halal is one of the DTI's priority sectors. Establishing a halal certifying body in the country could unlock new markets for Filipino products overseas, which is already supported by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. This year, DTI targets to attract 230 billion pesos in investments and generate 120,000 new jobs in the halal sector. The government-owned corporations Philippine Pharma Procurement Incorporated and Clark International Airport Corporation have partnered and are seeking investors for their pharmaceutical logistics and distribution hub project in the Clark Freeport Zone. PPI President Maria Bianca Kim Lo-Kin stated on Tuesday that an estimated 2 billion pesos worth of initial funding is needed for the development of pharmaceutical hubs. Lo-Kin also said a total of 15 hectares has been allocated for the project, with an initial development for 5 to 10 hectares. In a memorandum of understanding signed on Monday, SIAC will provide the land required for the project, while PPI will be responsible for the operational requirements including warehousing, cold chain needs, and air freight handling capabilities for the proposed logistics and distribution hub. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA Headlines is also streamed by the Civisha Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under the PNA News. I am Stephanie Civiliano. This is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories to unite the nation.